Hi, Barbara Freeberg here, former portfolio manager and university investments instructor, here to talk to you about how to get started investing. Now, I've been investing since 1980. I've been a portfolio manager, university investments instructor, so I know a thing or two about investing. And what I've found over time is it's not rocket science. And it doesn't require a tremendous intelligence, just a few simple steps to get you going to build long-term wealth. So if you want to grow your money, but are lost about where to start, then you are in the right place. In this video, you will learn stock market basics, how to begin, and how to make your first investment. What is the stock market? Simply put, it's a place where stocks are bought and sold. And a stock is a share of ownership of a piece of a company. So if you buy a share of Nike, you will own a proportion of Nike. You will be eligible to receive a share of their profits. And if they pay dividends, or it's kind of like interest that you get on a savings account, you will get a share of those dividends as well. Now, why does a company sell stock? They sell stock so they can raise money and they can grow. Many people choose to invest in the stock market through something called a fund, which is simply put a basket of a whole bunch of different stocks. That way, with a small amount of money, and I mean, you can get started with 10, 20, or $100. You can buy what's called an exchange traded fund and own a portion of all the stocks in the US. So why do you want to invest in the stock market? Well, most of us want to take a portion of our earnings, the money we're earning today, and let it grow and compound for the future. That means make money with the money that you have. And sure, you can put it in the bank and get a 1% interest rate, but that's not going to get you very far. Historically, investing in the stock market has earned 8 to 10% a year. And so if you start investing when you're 20 years old, and you keep investing until you're 50, 60, 70, then that $100 is going to be worth thousands of dollars at retirement. But not only will your money grow and compound, but you will also frequently receive dividends, which, if you don't spend them, can also grow and compound. So each dollar that you make, you add to that the dividend and then the growth on top of that. And it's kind of like a snowball that starts at the top of a mountain. And as it goes down, it collects more and more snow until a tiny snowball ends up being a big, big ball. And so your tiny amounts of dollars that you're starting to invest today over time are going to turn into hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands of dollars. If this sounds good to you, you may be wondering, where do I start? How can I begin investing? Well, many of you may already have a chance to invest at your work. Many workplaces offer what's called a 401k account, where you can have a portion of your earnings diverted to an investment account. And also, many times your employer will match the amount that you put in up to, say, 5 or 6%. So you can start investing at your workplace retirement account, or you can open what's called a brokerage account. And that's a place where you can buy and sell stocks and funds and other types of investments. Examples of a brokerage account, I'm sure you've heard of Robinhood. Maybe you've heard of Webull. I like M1 Finance. I also like the regular standard Schwab, Fidelity, and many other types of brokerage accounts. To learn about how to open your 401k and start investing, just ask your HR director. But to open, say, a brokerage account at Robinhood, Webull, Schwab, Fidelity, you can do it all online. It's super easy. All you do is do a search for how do I open a brokerage account? Then you input some information such as your name, address, social security number. You set up a link between your bank so you can transfer money into the brokerage account. And that'll take a couple of days to verify all that information. And then you can start investing. Pro tip, I like to have an automatic investment, which means you will set aside a certain amount of dollars per month. And this is done automatically in your 401k. But if you open an outside brokerage account, have your checking account transfer a certain amount of dollars per month into your brokerage account that'll go directly into your investments. That makes growing your wealth automatic and much simpler so you don't have to think about it all the time. So, how do you decide what to invest in? Well, for your first investment, you want something that is going to be somewhat diversified. For example, if you choose to invest in one stock and then that stock has a bad year and you lose 20, 30, 40% of your investment, that's a tough pill to swallow. If you choose your first investment to invest in a fund, and that fund might hold many stocks, or it might even hold a combination of stocks and bonds. Bonds are another type of investment, and they're a little less volatile than stocks. They're principally loans to companies or governments, and in exchange for you loaning that money, they pay you a set interest rate. And it's generally advised in a diversified investment portfolio that you do have a mix of stocks and bonds. So, for your first investment, if you're investing within your retirement 401k, a target date retirement fund is very useful because they invest in a mix of stocks and bonds, a really diversified portfolio. And that mix is dependent upon your age and assumes that you want riskier, higher return growth when you're younger, and that you want the portfolio to become a little more conservative as you get closer to your retirement age, and shift the asset mix to include a higher proportion of bonds as you get older and a lower proportion of stocks. So in your retirement account, it's very easy. You just go to the list of investments and you look at the retirement date fund options and assume you want to retire in, say, 2060. Then you pick the retirement date fund that has a date of 2060. If you want to retire earlier, then you pick one with a lower date, 2050 or 2040, depending on how much you want to save. And then you direct all of your monthly contributions to go into that target date fund. You are done. That is the most easiest way to invest for retirement in your retirement fund. Or if you're not investing in a 401k, you might consider opening a retirement account in your investment brokerage account, like a Roth IRA. And you can direct part of your checking account every month to go into that account. And in that account, you can also choose a target date fund. And we'll put links below so you can learn a little bit more about target date funds. If you want to do a little more investing research on your own, you might want to investigate choosing an exchange traded fund or a mutual fund. And as we mentioned before, those are investments that hold a whole basket of different types of funds. And of course, the easiest way to go with that is to choose something called an index fund, which buys a proportion of shares of stocks in a total index, which frequently might be the S&P 500, which is the Standard & Poor's 500, which includes the 500 most important companies in the US, or a total market US fund. Or you might choose an international fund or even an all-world fund. Now, where do you learn about all this? Well, I would suggest going to someplace like Investopedia. Side info, I have written for Investopedia for many, many years, but they have wonderful educational articles, as do all of the major brokerage companies. So Vanguard, Schwab, they all have free and open to the public investment information. You can also go to Morningstar, and we'll put links below to all these resources. And they can help you choose exchange traded funds, and you can create your own portfolio. If you prefer, you can invest in a robo-advisor. I also have invested in the Schwab Intelligent Portfolios. I really like the Wealthfront robo-advisor as well. They create a diversified portfolio on your behalf, and they do all the rebalancing for you to make sure it's aligned with your goals. Now, what if you really love the idea of picking and choosing companies on your own? That's great. Nothing wrong with that. You want to make sure to buy more than one stock because, as I said, you need at least 10 to 15 stocks to develop a diversified portfolio. And you can research stock information on Yahoo, on Morningstar, and Fidelity, Schwab, E-Trade, many, many different portfolios. And it's important to understand a little bit about how stocks are valued, because what you don't want to do is jump in and buy a stock because you love it, realize that it is way overvalued, and then it falls to fair value and you've ended up losing some of your initial investment. So to sum up, making your first investment, you choose the investment that you want to start with. I like M1 Finance as an investment platform, and I'm also invested there because they give you the opportunity to invest in individual stocks and ETFs, and you can research them on that site. There's no fee to set up an account. But if you also want to invest in a managed portfolio there, you can choose that too. I happen to have a global dividend portfolio with them as well, and we'll put information about that below. But excuse me, I got a little off track here, so let me back this up a little. So you choose the investment platform that you want to invest in, your workplace retirement account, an investment brokerage like M1, Schwab, Robinhood, whatever. And then you pick your investments from a target date fund to an exchange traded fund or two, or picking individual stocks. And you place a trade by following the prompts in your account. So you'll plug in each stock and fund has what's called a ticker symbol. You plug that in, you put in the number of shares that you want to buy, and then you push, you can either take it at the market price or you can specify a price that you're willing to pay, a limit price. And then you place the order. They'll ask you to confirm the order, and then you will go to your orders page and find out when that order was filled. And congratulations, you have made your first investment. Now, if you're investing obviously in your workplace retirement account, well, then they just place those automatically for you. You choose the investments and they automatically place the investments monthly when your part of your salary is transferred to your 401k or 403b account. The best way to invest and grow wealth is something called dollar cost averaging, which means you set aside a certain amount of your income every month. And that happens with a 401k, or you can set that up with a transfer from your checking account into your brokerage account. And you set that up every month to put a certain amount transferred into that brokerage account and invested the way you choose. Over time, you will be shocked at how that investment will grow and perform. Just imagine this. Here's an example of how compounding works. Imagine that you invest $500 every month in your investment brokerage account, and on average, those investments that you've chosen earn approximately 8% a year. And that figure is based on a diversified stock and bond portfolio. At the end of 30 years, you will have invested $180,000. But wait for it, your investment will have grown to nearly $700,000. Now, that's not taking into account the possibility that as your salary grows, you might want to invest more than $500 a month. It's also not taking into account the possibility that you may want to leave part of that money invested for longer than 30 years. And so get that set up now. Start investing regularly now. And 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you will be shocked at the growth of your investment portfolio. Now I can hear your questions. Well, what about crypto and what about alternatives and all of those? Those are fine for a small portion of your portfolio, but they're much riskier and they're more speculative. And as you get more advanced in your investing journey, you can start studying about different types of investments and make the decision yourself whether they belong in your basic stock and bond portfolio. So let's recap here. You want to open up a brokerage account, a retirement account, a standard brokerage account, or 401k account. You want to pick a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds, either through a target date fund, ETFs, or individual stocks and bond ETFs. You want to invest regularly every single month. Do not touch your investments when the stock markets go down. Investment markets aren't like your money in your cash account, your savings account. Because you're getting a higher return for your money, you have to be able to tolerate a little volatility in those investments. There will be periods when your investment will not go straight up. There are periods when it will decline. And you need to accept that during those down periods, the most successful investors do not panic and sell. They remain invested over time. Those are the people that get the greatest long-term investment results. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and remember, if you click on a link that has the word affiliate after it, and you subscribe to whatever that link leads to, our company might get a small commission. This is not financial advice. This is just information. And I will see you next time. Bye.